How's it going, guys? So today is National Bubble Tea Day, and that means Jessie and I have decided to do a professional looking product shoot with bubble tea. We browsed Deliveroo and have ordered ourselves two supreme bubble teas. One is raspberry flavor and the other is passion fruit. They have these little popping, actually this one has tapioca balls and this one has passion fruit popping bubble things. It's really tasty. So this is something I've been wanting to try for a very long time, and the idea is we're doing a product shoot using only a single Speedlight. So the idea is we take multiple pictures at different angles, from behind, from the front, and then in Photoshop we're gonna merge the best parts from each image together, and hopefully it's gonna look spectacular. Alright, so let's get into this. So we don't really have much to work with in this photo shoot. So my idea is we're gonna grab the clothes rack, stick a white bed sheet as the backdrop, and we're just gonna use the yoga mat as a plain black floor. Feels like we're using the yoga mat for absolutely everything, but it's coming in super handy, so let's see how this goes.
I hope neighbors can see me because that's very embarrassing. And we have the, what do you call these windows?
Why are we windows?
So there's term for you get it. They're windows, but they're very big. So yeah, they possibly think. Ow!
Okay, so this bed sheet is creased, so I think it's probably best to iron it. So I'm gonna do that real quick.
Okay, well, while Emile iron the bed sheets, I will be here entertain you guys. You can see my forehead.
Okay, that wasn't the best job in the world, but I think it'll do. We'll see. Okay, so this is our attempt at being professional. It definitely is not professional. I'm very close to the ground because this setup is so low and I don't have a wide enough angle on this camera. But let's see how this goes. On here we have a wireless trigger for this flash. So the idea is I'm gonna get Jessie to press the shutter button and I'm gonna position this flash wherever on the bubble tea, and this wireless trigger is gonna activate this flash. Right, so we have two different bubble teas, but we only really have time to do one product shoot, so we're gonna see which one looks the coolest with the flash going from behind it. So it's gonna give a really nice glow through the bubble tea. All right, go.
Wow.
That's looking pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just realized something now. How
did
they do it so they're not in the shot? Okay, so we've just had a quick change of plans. Basically, we've set up the yoga mat so it curves up and is clipped on to the clothes rail by this magic arm. We've also closed curtains so there's no extra ambient light from the outdoors. I do have this one light here though, that's just so you can actually see us when we're doing it. Hopefully this gives better results. Alright, so let's see how the first one looks. Whoa!
Wow.
Dude, that looks awesome, man.
Yeah. So what did you do?
That's sick.
What did you do? Where did you put it?
Dude, alright, photo shoot's done.
Yeah. Wait, where did you put the flash?
Just right behind it. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Alright, just for I feel like this might be the one that we're gonna use, but
yeah.
Just for the sake of it, let's see how this one looks.
Wow.
That one looks good as well.
Yeah.
Personally, I prefer this one, but we might actually end up doing both because they both look so cool. Okay.
Very nice.
I'm gonna set this back and reset the focus, and we're gonna do this properly now.
Yeah. Oh, this one.
Okay, we finished it. Hopefully this comes out well. Judging by the camera, stop, why are you hitting on the butt? God. Judging from what we see in the camera, it looks really cool. I did accidentally move the set for the first one, so I might have to do a bit of manipulation to try and get it back in place, but let's go to the computer and see how it looks. Okay, so I have gone ahead and edited both of the pictures already, but I'm just going to roughly show you how I did them. I already have an opinion of how I think they turned out. I'll give you a hint. Not great, but there were definitely a few things that we could have done better, so I'm gonna go through all of those and list them out. So the first thing I did was picked out the best images that I think would work. So I went ahead and chose this one, which is the flash from behind at the bottom. This one is at the top and one in the middle. This is just so I can have a glow filling the entire cup. This is where I started to have my doubts on the whole photo shoot. So this is my first attempt at taking a picture from the front, and clearly it doesn't look good. I was thinking, surely from the front it's gonna make the logo stand out, but it ended up looking like this. I have a feeling it's because the logo is pure black and the light just went straight through the cup and it left this horrible reflection right here. And the other pictures I chose that I actually used were these edge lights. So the flash was not actually big enough, so I had to do multiple, one at the bottom, one at the top, and I did that for both sides. Another thing that we didn't realize is I didn't fill out the entire edge. As you can see, there's actually a gap right here. So I had to go in using the clone stamp to fix that, but I'll show you that in a second. Okay, after that, I dragged them all into Photoshop and layered them on top of each other. The plan was to create masks on the side and just paint in the sections of light from behind the cup. And in the end, that will fill the entire cup with this amazing orange glow. I did try and see what the front light would look like. It really didn't add anything. If anything, it just added a horrible reflection of the flash, so I decided to leave that off. And then I went ahead and added the edge lights. I am not entirely sure how I feel about these. They definitely separate the cup from the background. I did leave them on because I felt like it did add a little bit of interest. But yeah, not exactly the most desired look I wanted. Another thing I noticed with this plastic cup is that it just has so many small dents refracting the light in different directions. So it definitely did not look tidy. On the edge light, I did add a lighten blending mode. This is just so all of the white parts would show through and nothing else. If you look closely, there somehow are so many bits and hair. I don't know where they come from, but they stuck onto the cup. So I did go ahead with a spot healing brush tool and just brushed out all of these. It's probably something to do with the fact that we did the photo shoot on the floor. Something to think about for next time. And this is what the final image turned out like. It's much cleaner than it was. I did decide to add a bit of a gradient towards the top because I felt like it was more interesting than having the glow throughout the entire thing. But in the end, it wasn't really the desired look I wanted. Another thing that we didn't really think about was we should have shot in a higher aperture, because if you look at the edges, it becomes more blurred when ideally we want the entire cup to be nice and crisp. So I should have shot in a much more narrow aperture. The end result, actually, it kind of looks like one of those beers that you buy at a gig. You know, when they give you the plastic cups so you don't smash them on the ground in a mosh pit. Having a plastic film lid on top of a beer glass at a gig is a genius idea though. Then you're never gonna spill it. You probably won't look that cool if you're drinking through a straw though. And this is how the second cup turned out. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't spend as much time on this because towards the end of it I was just getting a bit disheartened because it wasn't really turning out how I wanted. But it is the same method as the first one. And here's what they look like together. Again, not the worst thing in the world, but I feel like the product we chose wasn't the most interesting thing to shoot. It's not like a fancy liquor bottle with loads of details and curves, and I feel like glass just refracts light in a much nicer way. There's less imperfections and it looks much more smooth. But yeah, here are my final edits. I feel like I've complained a lot about them, but in the end, it's all about the learning experience and learning from your mistakes, so next time you don't make them again. This has been a fun process and I don't regret it at all. Plus it makes for a good video. And it was National Bubble Tea Day, so what else was I going to choose to shoot? Thanks for watching guys, this was a fun video to make despite it not turning out as well as I had hoped. Just want to say thank you to Jessie for helping me out. I do want to try this again. maybe next time with a nicer bottle, like a wine or whiskey bottle. So please let me know in the comments below if you would like to see me try that. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.